Welcome to a TV20 News Break. I'm Dan Monroe. University Hospitals of Cleveland and Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine collaborated to host the first ever Black Men in White Coats Youth Medical Summit.
Black Men in White Coats only partners with one organization for one event every year, and this is the inaugural event here in Cleveland. What we do know is that it's been a huge success. We sold out within 12 days of opening registration, and that we want to make this an annual event.
The summit aims to engage Black youth in grades 3 to 12 to consider careers in medicine through mentorship, networking, and exposure.
There is an urgent need for physicians who look like their patients. Let's take the number of Black physicians in the country, 5% African American physicians in the country. 2% of physicians in the country are Black males, so someone like me is in the 2%. Our population in the country is around 13%. That gap, I think, leads to life lost.
When I was coming up in undergrad and med school, there were so many opportunities for mentorship, and people said, oh, you should be a doctor, you should be a doctor. But that doesn't always happen with colored children of color and Black children. And so we're trying to change that. And, you know, especially for my kids too, it's just incredibly important to just create this summit, opportunities for role models, and hopefully we reverse the trend on how many Black men are going into medicine.
The number of African American men in medicine has been diminishing for many years. Only 2% of Black males are currently entering the medical field.
We know that it's vitally important for patients to be able to see providers that look like them. We know that when Black patients see providers or engage and work with providers that are race concordant, that they often have better outcomes in their own health. So we know that it's super important to encourage our richest resource here in the city of Cleveland, which is our Black youth, to consider careers in healthcare.
There's a saying that if you can't see it, you can't do it. Or if you can't see it, you can't believe it. And so the goal is for gray-haired people like me who have been in the field to create a sense of enthusiasm, but also a sense that it can be done.
To watch the documentary or to find out more information about Black Men in White Coats, visit blackmeninwhitecoats.org. After being virtual due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Center for Community Solutions hosted their annual celebration of human services, and Mayor Justin Bibb was in attendance to discuss his hopes to make Cleveland a more equitable city. Here's TV20 reporter Alex McTurna with more.
Really make sure we prioritize health, human resources, and equity as we think about the $512 million we received from President Biden through the American Rescue Plan. And we believe these investments will make Cleveland a safer, more resilient, more equitable, more importantly, a more just city in the future. So on behalf of the great city of Cleveland, I want to thank you again for your hard work and support. Great to be back in person. I'm sick of Zooms like you. And know that the work is ahead, but with the leadership of this organization, there is nothing stopping our potential as a city and as a region. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Reverend Dr. Tim Ahrens acted as keynote speaker for this year's event, discussing the genius that leads us all to greatness.
I want to talk about celebrating the genius of community solutions, and I'll start here. The blessed memory and writings of Frederick Douglass and Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Samuel DeWitt Proctor, Martin Luther King Jr., Martin Luther King Sr., so many more, have influenced each of our lives and have changed the landscape of America. These geniuses have changed the way we see the world and how we make change in the world. You have in this community so much genius.
Every year, the $25,000 Annis Field Wolf Award is given out to a local nonprofit, and this year's award went to Ghetto Therapy.
Ghetto Therapy is being recognized for its work to help Cleveland's central neighborhood heal from trauma and create a new future for itself. To provide community members with a free, safe space to process their trauma and begin healing, they facilitate discussions on a wide range of issues, both those that can cause trauma and those that can provide elements of healing.
So when you hear the word ghetto, I know you're like, wow, ghetto, right? So this is how I came up with the word ghetto therapy and the concept. So in 1933, Franklin D. Roosevelt was the president, and he created something called the Public Works Administration. And what that did was take away the business and home loans from the African American community, gave them to the white community, creating segregation. So I always vouched to, create something that was gonna curve that. And between 2021 and 2022, we've connected 143 residents to licensed therapists, whether it was Reiki, whether it was sound bowl, whether it was traditional, or whether it was through art therapy. I've done that at Ghetto Therapy.
The event closed with a second award ceremony for the most treasured volunteers of the Center for Community Solutions, including the City of Cleveland's own Angela Shute Woodson. For TV20, this is Alex Picturna.
Thanks, Alex. You can find the full event airing here on TV20 or on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page. As a part of the FutureLand conference, Mayor Justin Bibb hosted a fireside chat and Q&A session with prolific sports agent Rich Paul, discussing the past, present, and future of the Cleveland native.
One of the things I love to kick off this conversation asking you is, think about your rise from St. Clair. What you learned selling jerseys in the back of your car, being at Benedictine High School. What are the things you've learned from being born and raised in Cleveland that's helped you in your role now as CEO of Clutch Sports?
The first thing is just probably a resilience, because we grow up with very little options, right? We don't have the things accessible that some of the bigger cities have. So the only vision you have is through that dream, right? Or through the television per se. Undeniable work ethic. My dad was a small business owner that didn't really celebrate holidays and things like that. So I had an unbelievable example in addition to others throughout the community. I don't think I could be the person I am today if I didn't go through that journey. I really don't.
That's right.
You can find the full fireside chat airing here on TV20 or on our YouTube page. The City of Cleveland hosted its 4th annual Sister Cities Conference, and Mayor Justin Bibb was in attendance discussing the responsibilities of city leaders to pave the way to a brighter future. TV20's Alex Picturna has the story.
I think we all recognize that collaboration is everything in our jobs. Particularly in America, we've seen the challenges facing our nation come right to our doorsteps as mayor. Everything from making sure we have a climate that respects climate justice and sustainability, to making sure we have an economy that works for everybody in our respective cities, to making sure that we model what good democratic behavior looks like. All those issues fall on our front doorsteps as mayors. And this peer exchange of ideas, this collaboration between our respective cities and our respective countries is so important now more than ever as America and the world confronts so many challenges.
The Sister City Conference invited 23 mayors from across the globe, both virtually and in person, to discuss and share on topics such as economic development, educational development, and cultural connections.
This Sister City Conference is very important for us because it has been started in 2004 between Bahar Dar and Cleveland. The main aim was to exchange cultural and educational exchange and also economic cooperation, experience sharing on city development.
We believe that our two cities must work together for most strength sister city diplomacy around the world, because working together is not just a motto, We must work together in order to fix our young people together in order to develop a new future for both.
Residents with vested interests in Cleveland's international relationships joined for the conference, sharing their thoughts and hopes for future growth thanks to the Sister Cities program.
There are needs on both sides of the Sister Cities. For example, there could be business investment ventures from both countries. The relationship, for example, between Bahar Dar and Cleveland. There could be educational, cultural exchanges.
This is great. To me, this is what it's all about, to get people together from all over the place with different ideas and get to know each other and work together.
But ultimately, it is the hope that programs like Sister Cities benefit the youth above all else.
Travel and connectedness to internationalism is so much a part of what gives somebody an advantage in their careers. And it's our hope that more of our young people in Cleveland, from the St. Clair Superior community where I grew up, to Glenville, to the Triscuit area, at West Park, Lee Harvard, more of our young people have a chance to travel and experience the world because we think that prepares them better for the world. And really what this is about is giving Clevelanders the best competitive advantage they can have to continue to make Cleveland the welcoming place that it is.
For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
You can watch the full Sister Cities conference airing here on TV20 or on our YouTube page at TV20 Cleveland. Finally, the fine folks at St. Vincent's Charity Hospital held a Halloween-themed wellness carnival for area ghouls and goblins.
Happy children. They are so happy.
That was the sentiment of Sister Miriam Erb of St. Vincent Charity Hospital. Indeed, the children were happy as they ran around enjoying the treats and activities at the wellness carnival.
Playing with the bubbles in the air, getting candy, playing the games, being with each other, just feeling comfortable. That's what I see, and that's what we want, to have our children be happy and be safe.
St. Vincent Charity Hospital has been hosting the Wellness Carnival for some time now, but it has gone through some changes since the pandemic.
We've been providing a Halloween experience for the kids of Central for over 20 years. For the last couple of years, due to COVID, we've been hosting it outside. And so we have Bubble Wanda here, we have trick-or-treat stations for all the kids, healthy snack from our dietary department. We've also opened this up to the community so they're able to get household goodie bags, lunch, enjoy the music, and just enjoy some community togetherness.
The Wellness Carnival was a safe place for the kids to trick-or-treat, play games, dance, and just have fun.
People do love coming here. They love the community feel of it. They're able to eat lunch, hang out with their neighbors. And for the kids, it's really an opportunity to go trick-or-treating in a safe environment. You know, the schools are wonderful. We have Marion Sterling School here today and Anton Benish, and we're so blessed to have the kids on our campus today enjoying some Halloween fun.
For more information on everything happening at St. Vincent's, visit their website at stvincentcharity.com. TV20 is streaming live 24/7. Visit TV20Cleveland.com to see our live feed and more. Stay connected with TV20 wherever you go by liking and following us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page to watch our numerous programs. Coming up next, learn about what's going on with the Cleveland Metropolitan Schools with this week's CMSD 360. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.
Hello, I'm Darielle Snipes with the CMSD News Bureau. Welcome to CMSD 360, a look at news happening around the district for the week of October 30th. Monday is Halloween. For those who are planning to go trick-or-treating, have fun and be safe. Tuesday begins National Native American Heritage Month. It is a time to celebrate the rich histories, diverse cultures, and important contributions of the nation's original inhabitants and their descendants. November is also National Family Engagement Month. Family engagement at all our schools builds relationships between caregivers and educators to support our scholars' success. The district's Family and Community Engagement Department works every day to build these relationships. Head to clevelandmetroschools.org/Family Engagement Month for more information. And if you share your stories of engagement on social media, please use the hashtag CMSDFamiliesRock. On Thursday, year-round schools will hold parent-teacher conferences from 12:30 to 7 p.m. Year-round students will not have school that day. Caregivers, please contact your child's school to sign up for a conference. Also on Thursday, the Executive Grill will hold its Thanksgiving banquet from 11 to 1. Cleveland Culinary Arts students will prepare and serve the food. On the menu, roasted turkey breast, ham, macaroni and cheese, sweet potato casserole, and more. There are a few reservation spots left. The last day to make reservations is on Monday. But if you can't make this event, the student-run Executive Grill is open on Wednesdays for lunch. Reservations are recommended, so please call 216-838-2433. The America Scores Cleveland's Poetry Slam will take place on Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. at Watjen Auditorium. This slam will showcase 3rd through 8th grade scholars who participate in the America Scores program at 14 CMSD schools. Teams and individuals will perform original poems. America Scores combines the physical activity of soccer, creative expression, and teamwork. The Poetry Slam is free and open to the community. We'll stay connected with what's going on in the district by downloading the CMSD app or following CMSD on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Thanks for watching CMSD 360. Have a great and productive week.